happy Wisdom Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in and for choosing to spend some of your time with me. It's your girl Maria Milagros here, and today during the month of October, we are going to be talking about work-life balance, but we're going to be talking about it a little bit different perspective. I want you to surrender the idea of work-life balance. I want you to surrender the word balance altogether. Because when we allow ourselves to surrender the word balance, we can allow ourselves to embrace the word quality. The goal here is to make sure that we are bringing quality into every space of our life rather than trying to create a balance. If we think about our lives in terms of the amount of hours that we wake up in the morning and get ready for work, that we're at work, that we drive home from work and then have to detox from work. Never mind if you work late into the night or if you do emails in the middle of the night or if you work on the weekends, right? If we think about it in terms of time, there really is no way to create a balance between those two things. Think of it like a seesaw. If you sat on one side and there's nobody on the other side, you could pump all you want, but it won't be as much fun. You're not able to create a balance. But if someone came and was of equal weight and size, they would be able to create a balance. So the idea of balance when it comes to our lives isn't real because most people work full-time jobs or they have other things that are going on that are work related. So instead of thinking about the word balance, I want you to surrender that idea and instead think about quality. When you're at work, are you bringing your energy in a way that provides quality to the space that you're in? When you're with your children, are you fully with your children or are you thinking about work? Because then you're not present and then that's not quality. A lot of times people say, oh, I want to create a better work-life balance. Well, all you have to do in that sense is surrender the word balance, increase the word quality and thinking about the word quality, and be present. One of the best ways that we can learn how to be present is by watching children. Honestly, small children are just so incredible at reminding us of how to fully live our lives in a way that's fun. I went to the park last week with my daughter, and there are all these kids running around. And I'll tell you what, when you bring a kid to the park, they're not thinking about anything else except for the slide and the swing and the monkey bars and whatever else equipment is on the playground. Their focus is on being in that space and making the most of it. For the most part, right? So once they get there, they can't wait to get out of the car. And then once they get there, their focus is just to have fun. And here's the part that I realized that's really beautiful. And I didn't just realize this last week. I realized this a while ago. Here's what I realized. When a kid is climbing up a huge ladder and doing that work, because their focus is fun, they don't even notice that it's work necessarily. They just know that they're climbing up because they're going to come down the other side. When they're even on the monkey bars and they're swinging from one to the other, and sometimes they fall off in the middle or sometimes even at the beginning because they don't have the strength yet, rather than just like, oh, forget it, I'm never going to do it. Most children get off, get back in line, and do it again and again and again. And then I noticed that when they make it even to one more bar, they celebrate. They high-five each other. They do a little dance. One little boy's like, yes, like this, so excited. They celebrate their progress. What happened to us? We used to be so amazing at living life, but then we decided that when we become adults, everything has to be serious, and we had to eliminate some of the quality and the fun for the work. Ugh, gross. I remember once I found a sticky while I was packing up to get ready to move. I found a stack of stickies actually, of all these random things that my daughter used to say, and I would just capture them. And I remember one time I said to her, you know, it's not always playtime. And then her response was, I can't remember exactly what it is, but it was something along the lines of, well, then make it fun or don't do it. And when I found that sticky a few days ago, knowing that this was going to be the theme for October, I said, yes, you can make it fun or you choose to not do it. You can bring the quality into your life or you can choose to stay miserable. The choice ultimately is ours. And if we think about life like if it's a playground, it should be colorful, it should be fun, it should strengthen us, it should challenge us, it should make us laugh. Sometimes we spin out of control and we go flying off into the bushes, and that's life. And the way that children do the playground, the way that they connect with the playground, they get beat up and banged up and bruises, and they just consider it to be part of the fun. We get beat up, banged up, and bruised as adults, and we throw our hands up and say, I'm done doing this, or it's not worth it, or because we didn't go in with the mentality that life is supposed to be fun. Work is supposed to be fun. You're supposed to enjoy the work you do. And if you don't, you might want to consider A, the energy that you're bringing to work, and B, maybe doing a different type of work, right? When you're spending time with your children, with your families, with your partners, are you bringing quality into those spaces? Or are you like, they have to deal with the brunt of whatever frustrations you had at work? I want you to start thinking about that, really surrendering the idea of balance so that you can embrace the idea of quality. And one of the fun ways to think about it is like being on a playground, right? You have your ups and downs like a seesaw. Sometimes you climb up really high and then you slide down and you enjoy the ride on the way down like a slide. Sometimes you're swinging from one thing to the next and you're building strength as you go along, like the monkey bars. Sometimes you're spinning and spinning and spinning that twirly thing and you're just laughing and feeling kind of dizzy, but you're enjoying it all along. Sometimes you fall, you get up, you shake it off, and you move on, right? Like, I want you to start thinking about life like that. How can I make my life more like a playground? Invite more color into your life, invite more fun into your life, more laughs into your life. And then wherever you go, pretend like you're arriving at the playground and just be there. Fully be there. So that's all I have for you today. It's a shorter video because I just want to plant the seed, and then we'll talk more about it over the next couple of Wednesdays. If you like this, please give it a thumbs up. If you know someone who could benefit from it, please share it, because sharing is caring. And if you have anything to share, or you have a comment or a question, you can put it in the comments, or as usual, you can email me and I'll get back to you within a couple of days. That's all I have for you today. I hope the rest of your week is magic. I hope your weekend is filled with fun and color, and I hope that you allow yourself to live in a space where you're really bringing quality into the spaces that you move into, because you deserve it, period. We were given life to live it to the full, and that, to me, sounds pretty full. So enjoy. I love you so much, and I'll see you next week. Bye.